Hi booktube, Aaron here. Hope you're doing alright. Today just a few minutes ago really, I got back from celebrating Christmas with my family, and I've come back with a pile of books, and so I thought I'd go through this little book haul with you. And so some of them are the books I've just brought with me that I got for Christmas, and then there are a few books I've picked up recently as well. So I'll start with them. Um, the first couple of books that um, I found in the supermarket, as sort of there's like a little charity book sale as you're walking out, and it's like 50p for a book. So I picked up a couple. There's Kafka on the Shore by Murakami, which I've never read anything by Murakami, but I thought, I'd try it. It's only like 50p or something like that. And I found a book that I'd been kind of looking out for, and that's A Field Guide to Getting Lost by Rebecca Solnit, which I don't know too much about. I think it more or less is what it says on the tin. It's an investigation into loss, losing, and being lost, and she explores the challenges of living with uncertainty. I think I heard Steve Donahue talk about this, or maybe it was on one of his sort of end of the year lists. But yeah, it's not a terribly big thing, and it's just something I've been waiting for, has been living in the back of my head. This is one I found when I was out Christmas shopping. It's a book I've already got another copy of, but it was one of those instances when you buy a book to get you to get around to reading it, even though you've had a copy waiting around for ages. And that's The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Oh dear. Anyway, it's The Little Prince. It looks rather lovely. I believe it does have, the illustrations inside. And yeah, it just looks lovely. It sort of captures the sort of vibe of it. So that's one I'd like to get to before too long. And for quite a while, I've been meaning to get around to reading some more Carl Jung. He just keeps turning up again and again in various places. So I thought I'd pick up a couple of things. I've got Man and His Symbols, and this is a sort of collection of essays, one of which is by Jung, and then he sort of gathered the rest together by they're sort of written by some of his colleagues, but it's sort of all on his sort of ideas and his preoccupations. I suppose the way that Jung's ideas kind of relate to symbols and images is more of what resonates with me. So I think I've actually read bits of this before in another edition, but I can't really remember. And then I've also got his Answer to Job as well, which I don't know too much about. It's a book of the Bible I found really interesting. It sort of, I don't know, it seems to twist and turn in all kinds of directions, and it's never exactly what you think it is. So this will be intriguing if nothing else. And another one I picked up when I was out buying, trying to find gifts and things for other people. This is Letters to Commando by Eben de Waal, and this is the guy who wrote The Hare with Amber Eyes. It was a sort of family memoir, and this is going back to someone who lived on the same street as this guy's family, and sort of realizing how connected their lives were and how you can kind of relate to him in certain ways. And it's written as letters to the guy who owned this house, and it's really, really lovely. I'm already reading this. I've almost finished it. It's been one of my books I've been reading over the Christmas period, and de Waal is just one of those writers who there's something very simple and very sincere about the way he writes. So there's nothing over the top in his writing style, but it's very, very emotive and honest, and I really love it. Even in his, I skipped to his acknowledgements at the back, and he says that this book is for Felicity Brian, She was my friend and my literary agent for 15 years and unlocked books and possibilities with wonderful energy and love. I told her about these letters in her last weeks, and her husband, Alex Duncan, read them aloud to her, and she said it would be her last book deal. It was, and I miss her. It's just, yeah, just really sincere and lovely. And just as a book, this is just a lovely object, really. It's got all these photos in it. I'm trying to find a fun one. There's a nice picture of a library there. So just all these lovely photos just sort of scattered throughout as well, since a lot of it, a lot of the book is just digging through archives and things, and so you're getting a sense that you're sort of with the author as he's going through it all as well. So yeah, it's been really, really lovely reading it, and it's a book that will just be lovely just to pick up randomly as well. And they're all the ones that I just sort of found when I was out and about and sort of turned up around the Christmas period. And then there are 4 books here I was given as gifts for Christmas. This is one my sister got me. It's the Dear Horde, an Old English Bestiary by Hannah Vinden, by the author of The Word Horde. So I guess this is a sort of sequel or companion to that, and it's all about the I suppose old English names for animals and where they turn up and sort of in stories and things. So it looks really, really cool. I think they're ordinary animals and other animals. So I think this will be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that. Then we've got, and I think all of these ones I got as gifts are non-fiction. Then we've got the Diaries of Franz Kafka, which will be fascinating. I'm sure there'll be a lot of moaning about not writing, but I've heard good things about these. Then we've got The Wasteland, a biography of a poem by Matthew Hollis. And I think just the more I read T.S. Eliot, the more I'm fascinated by him. It's I think a tremendous poem. So it'll be fascinating to read let's see how long this is. About 500-page biography of the poem. So we'll see how that goes. It's got my favourite blurb of all time there. And then, kind of connected to that, then I've got The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. This is the facsimile and transcript of the original drafts, including the annotations of Ezra Pound, I think of Valerie Elliott as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we've got the transcript and the facsimile there side by side. And this is the original draft. So, for example, if you go right to the beginning, let's have a look. So we've got all this stuff here. This whole page is not in the original. Oh no, there we go. So page 2. Page 2 is where the poem actually starts. And then what have we got? That is almost more or less as it is, I think. There are a few little bits, but you can see where he's sort of wondering and not sure whether it's the right word or not and things like that. So yeah, that's just going to be a lot of fun just to go through, and it'll be interesting to see how different this is to the finished poem. And it's something I've wanted to get around to getting for a while. It's nice and big and floppy, so yeah, I think this will be a lot of fun. So there we go. That is my Christmas book haul. So we've got The Wasteland, a facsimile edition, and then we've got the story of this poem, as told by Matthew Hollis. I believe the sort of head of Faber and Faber. So I suppose it's the right person to do it. Then we've got the Diaries of Franz Kafka. We have got the Dear Horde, an Old English bestiary. We've got Letters to Commando by Edmund Duval. We've got Answer to Job by C.G. Young and Man and His Symbols as well. Then we've got The Little Prince. You can see who it's by. I won't try and pronounce that again. We've got A Field Guide to Getting Lost by Rebecca Solnit. And if my fingers don't snap, we've got Haruki Murakami, Kafka on the Shore. So there we go. That's my Christmas book haul. I hope you've had a lovely past week or so, and I hope the last week of your year goes really nice and is cozy and as stress-free as it can be. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.